Hello, people of YouTube. As I mentioned in the channel update not too long ago, I said I would be doing a little series for up-and-coming Let's Players, basically new people who are getting into Let's Playing, or have been at it for a while but would still like to hear some tips. Now, first of all, these tips are not absolute, meaning that if you do everything that I say in these videos, which I'm thinking there will be like 3, and then there's going to be one more special video which I'm not going to talk about yet. But it's not like, you know, if you do all the things that I say that you will get a 100% success rate. These are just things that I've done, things that I think are good. Now, I'm not the best person to give tips, but still, I thought that I could give it a try. And this video is going to cover the very basics of starting your own Let's Play channel. Now, of course, I made my channel in 2007, at which point I didn't even know what a Let's Play was, let alone wanted to make one myself. And I was very lucky with the name thing, but we'll get to that in a second. But first we'll cover the first real tip, I guess you could say, which is reason. Now, whatever you do, whatever it is that you want to do, you need a reason to do that, whatever it may be. Let's say you want to start a Let's Play channel. The reason for that being what? For me, it was curiosity, I guess. I wanted to see if I could do this, and if it would be fun, I'd continue doing it no matter what. Because fun things are fun to do, I guess. That's stupid to say, but still. And it ended up being very fun for me, and it still is, and that's the reason, the main reason that I'm doing this. It's not because, you know, I got a partnership now and blah blah blah. Because even if I got a partnership and this wouldn't be fun, I would probably be very much not so motivated to do this as I am now, since it's fun. And I don't think there's such a thing as a wrong reason, but at the same time, if you're just going in it for, you know, the money. It used to be, I want to get big, I want to get famous, and now it's, you know, the partnership. That's what a lot of people seem to be driven for. And I'm not saying that's a wrong reason, but I am saying that that's kind of a dumb reason, because it shows where your priorities lie, which is money. I know most people would say, well, I just want the banner and I just want the custom video thumbnails to look more professional. But yeah, money. It's kind of funny. That actually rhymed. But the partnership thing has changed the community as a whole, and I'm not sure that it's heading in the right direction. But the reason is the first thing you need to figure out as to why you want to do LPs. For me, it was curiosity. It felt like this is something that I could do very easily, I guess you'd say. It would be very natural for me to play games and talk while I'm doing so, and it ended up working out for me. Of course, the reason has changed a little bit, since now I have quite a big of a following. So while it's not as much as it was before, you know, fun, now it's more about entertaining other people and not just having fun. But still. So that's the very first thing that you need to figure out as to why you want to do Let's Plays. Be it the same reason for me, is it going to be fun? But just don't make it about, you know, getting a partnership or getting 1 million subscribers, because that's just dumb. You can do that, but I wouldn't suggest it, because at that point, if you don't get the success that you're looking for, you will get unmotivated and most likely stop making videos. Because, you know, that's why I don't set goals for myself, because if I don't reach them, that could basically unmotivate me. So The reason is the first thing. Whoops, damn it, now I fucked it up. Great. I don't know if you can see that anymore, because I can't see where it's recording. I'm doing this with Camtasia, but if you can't see this, it's name. Actually, I could do this. Now you can probably see them all. Sorry for this. Very, very professional, I do have to admit. So name. Name is the second thing, in my opinion, that you need to figure out. Like I said, I was very lucky with my name since I made the channel in 2007. And a lot of people have asked me what the story behind that is. And I was really into Final Fantasy, which I still am, even though the series sucks as of late. And I just wanted a name that relates to that. Now, all the generic ones like Cloud Strife or Sephiroth, those were taken. So I was like thinking about, how do I get a name that's about Final Fantasy without it being taken already? So I was like, alright, I'll take one word from Final Fantasy and add a random word right after it. Great idea. And so I took Chocobos, which I really like, and Tamer, which I don't know what I was thinking. But in the end, I think that it worked out in my favor. I mean, Chocobotamer is I would say that it's a very original name, but it is an original name nonetheless. And that's what you want to go with your name as well. Of course, those of you who have already started have no way of changing your name, so you shouldn't really worry about it that much. But for those of you who haven't, try to go for a name that's easily remembered and it sticks to people's minds. Now, of course, that's easier said than done, but the general rule of thumb is not to have any numbers in your name. Because I don't really see myself... Well, of course, I'm going to remember this name. This is just an example, by the way. But it's not very good. So basically, like, Link Fan 887654321. It's not a very good name. So, apologies for those who have already chosen a name that has numbers in it, but I very much dislike that, because it shows unoriginality and it doesn't really stand out. Of course, there are those who have made it work, like I believe he's called Vash. I could be wrong on that, I don't remember, I don't watch his videos, but apparently he's a Let's Player or something of that sort, and he has a bunch of numbers after his name. So you can make it work, but I would be safer to go with a name that doesn't have numbers and it's like, it stands out, it's unique. That's what you want to go for, because nowadays, any standing out that you do from the gray mass that is the LP community is good. There's so many people doing the exact same thing, and you want to do whatever it takes to stand out if you want to get exposure and a wider audience. But that's basically it for the name. Try to make it stand out. Not like mine, because mine is just a weird coincidence, I guess. Channel. This is going to cover only a few points. It's not going to be that long of a rant, I guess. What you want to do is have a background ready before you start. I didn't have any, so I had to make one my own, and it wasn't very good. It was actually kind of shitty. And of course, avatar, bunch of things like that. Make sure your channel description is up to date, and basically it's up to you to decide whether you want to list all the games you've done. Like on my channel, I have the current project, ongoing, and future, and finished, and whatever else information you want to put there. That's basically up to you to decide what you want to put in there, but try to make it informative, and don't try to, create a wall of text that's very not easily read. You know what? You want to make it easily read, simple, yet very informative. And of course, background and avatar, that's very much up to you. And I could actually add one more thing. Oh no, wait. I'll cover that in the next video. And then first game. This is a tricky one, cause first of all, I made a mistake with my first game, not new game, but first game. I played Wolfenstein, and I was very much into World War II stuff at the moment. And I made the mistake of starting Wolfenstein, which I had played through once, and I wasn't that familiar with it, and it wasn't good. I can actually post a link in the video description of this video to the very first LP episode part whatever that I put up, and it sucks. Just a forewarning that it's not that very great. But what you want to do is pick a game that you know. Now, I know that it might be tempting to go with a game that's highly anticipated or highly rated, like say Modern Warfare 3, which is very watched, and it has a great audience, big audience behind it. But at the same time, you're gonna have trouble standing out. That's what you want to do with your game. You want to stand out, because it's very hard to start a new channel nowadays. So you want to go with something that you know, and that way the commentary will be better because you know the game. You can talk about your past experiences with it and stuff like that, and it's not gonna be like it was for for me, which there were a lot of pauses, a lot of ums and and ohs, and it just wasn't good. So if you do check the video out, don't do what I did back then. Alright? I made a mistake with my first game, and I admit it. And like I said, it is very tempting to go with newer games that already have an audience, and not go with a game that's like, let's say 10 years old, if you want to do a Final Fantasy game or a PS1 game. And it might not get as many views, but the views that it does get are good, because then people will be able to say that, oh, this guy knows what he's talking about. Maybe I should watch him more. Sound like a good idea? I think it does to me. And as far as games in general go, I go for, newer releases and then games that I like. You should never force yourself to play a game that you're not interested in just for the views. That's stupid, because it'll show in your commentary, like it was for me. I stopped playing Minecraft because I wasn't interested in the game anymore, and it kind of felt dull and boring. So I stopped, because I knew that it would affect my commentary, and it wouldn't be as good as it should be, as it could be. So I stopped it, and you should do the same. Never go for games that you're not interested in just because it could get you an extra 10 views, or 100 views, or 1,000 views. It doesn't matter. You should always play games that you are interested in and that you know, or, of course, newer releases. That's pretty much gonna cover the basics, I guess. I was trying to... hopefully I don't forget anything, because it would be kind of stupid to talk about basics in the first video, since this one covers those. I'm trying to remember, but probably not. As you could probably tell, I winged it, which is what I do most of the time, but that is pretty much it for the very, very basics. Like I said, there's gonna be 2, 3, 4 videos in the series covering some shit. And if you disagree with any of these, please leave a comment below. Or if you agree, please leave a comment below. And that is about it. And do remember that you don't have to do things exactly like I did. But especially with the name, that's something that I want to put some emphasis on, because a lot of people don't really care about the name. And that's something that's wrong. You should make it as good as possible. Of course, given the fact that there's millions of users on YouTube, it's gonna be hard to find a name that you can actually use that don't have numbers after it, but that is pretty much it for this time. We're pushing the 15-minute mark, actually went over it. That is the basics for Let's Playing. Reason, name, channel, and first game. Next time we'll be looking at rendering and actually, you know, the how should I put it? Playing the games in general, not just the first game, but what do you do after the first game. And we're gonna look at some tips for viewer. What's the word? Activity, I guess. Being active with your viewers and that was the word. Viewer interaction. Alright. But viewer interaction and playing the games and such will be coming in the next episode, which I'll probably do later tonight, I guess. I'll see. But that is pretty much it. Chocobotamer's tips for Let's Playing the basics. Reason, name, channel, and your first game. Thank you for watching, thank you for listening. Hopefully you enjoyed. Hopefully you learned something, because that's what it's basically for. And I'll see you guys next time.